Good morning, by the way. Take that ball, put it right above your ankles for me, please. Then walk your feet in until they are in parallel. And preferably they are right underneath your kneecaps, which are underneath your hip bones. So we've got a nice alignment here. Shoulders up, back, and down a couple times for me. Inhale as you lift, and exhale to relax them down. And then ribs pull down, shoulders slip out of your ears, elongate tall. And then we're gonna lift up on those toes, balance for a second, gently come down on your heels. So you lift and hold, pause, balance, lift and hold. And just keep that going for me. Whatever you'd like with your hands, they can come up in front of you, they can stay up, they can lift up as you go up. You can do sort of ballet port de bras arms. All right, last time, come down. Let's move that ball between your thighs for me, please. You're gonna bring your legs slightly in front, your left leg, I'm sorry. You're gonna bend that right knee so that left leg slides forward, lift the left leg, squeeze it in, come back, keep hold of the ball the whole time. So we go forward, lift, squeeze, and up. Forward, lift, squeeze, up, keep going. Beautiful. Bring those feet parallel. Same thing off to the side. We're going to bend into that right leg. Left leg slides out. Lift it, close it, squeeze it in. Reach, lift, squeeze. Reach, lift, squeeze. Up. Good. Don't forget to come up between each one. Good, last time, reach, lift, squeeze. All right, and now to the back, so kind of stagger your steps just a little bit. Reach the back with that left leg, lift it up, squeeze it in. Reach, lift, squeeze, reach, lift, squeeze, reach, lift, squeeze. Good. Good, one more. Reach, lift, and squeeze. All right, feet parallel again. And this time you're gonna roll that right leg a little bit forward. Bend that left knee, slide the right toes forward, lift, squeeze as you come up. So forward reach, lift, squeeze up. Reach, lift, squeeze. Again, your options with your arms. Last time. Beautiful. To the side, here we go. Bend that left leg, reach, lift, squeeze, reach, lift, squeeze, reach, lift, squeeze. Keep going. Good. And stand up. And now we'll stagger the other way so the ball is a little bit behind your left. Reach with those right toes as you slip back, lift, and squeeze to stand up. Slide back, lift, squeeze up. Slide, lift, squeeze. Good, last two. Beautiful. And we're gonna stand up, move that ball out of your way. We're gonna come down to a seated position on top of the ball. With the ball a little bit underneath your left glute or centered, you choose. Right leg is gonna be off to the side. We're gonna do a brief round because I know we already worked our quads, but we'll walk worked our quads straight forward. So we're going to work them all to the side now. So point those left toes, flex them back, point them and flex them, and then point them. Extend yourself tall through your spine, pull your ribs in, hands down if you want, or keep them elevated. Lift those toes off the ground, feel that quad. Sorry, keep that leg up, bend it a little bit and reach, really reach. Feel that muscle right through here, one of your quadricep muscles, but that small VMO, vastus medialis. So just reaching, sitting tall, reaching and pointing and reaching, and 2 and 1, flex through the heel, same thing, push, 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 4, 3, 2, and 1, bring it down. I hope you felt those. I told you it was going to be a reset. Roll off that ball, place that leg behind you, right leg goes back, try and get the knee farther back than the hip, flex through the heel, right arm up and over. It can go up, it can go behind you, you can close that gap and tuck the rib and the hip together for a deeper stretch. And then we will come up. And of course, we're going to do the other side. Lucky us. Come up on that ball. Sit on it slightly to the right side or square if you prefer. Left leg off to the side. And again, it's off and it's rotated. So you see the seam of your pants. Point it and flex it. Point and flex. 2 more. Point, flex, point, flex, point. Lift it off the ground, hands or not. Bend it an inch and reach. Long stretch. Feel again right through here, that little teardrop muscle, and reach, and reach, and reach, and reach. Last 2, last 1. Flex through the heel and push, 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 push. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up and over, leg behind you, flex through that foot, arm goes up, reach behind you if you like, or close the gap, bring it down in front, rib and hip together if you like. Beautiful, and then we will come up. All right, since we're just right here, already kind of on our side, we're gonna stay on our side. What, already? Yes. All right, so our shoulder is pushing back. We're lifting up out of our lats, and we've got a lot of space between our ear and shoulder. We're going to take that ball down between our ankles, and then you can stay with the bent knee and your feet tucked behind you for side planks, or you can extend your legs and come up into your side plank. And then from there, you're going to try and use that top leg to press down, but don't let the hip dip at the same time. So we're starting off kind of strong here with this first side plank. And we're gently coming down. We're going to move that ball into our top arm. We're going to go right back up into a side plank. We're going to put that ball where it barely touches some part of your body. And then we're going to indent it and come off of it. Indentation and lift, and lift. And relax. Come down, and yes, we're going to do that balance one, even though that is pretty challenging. We're going to throw that in here at the beginning. So, ball, you want to take your back or your bottom foot towards the back of the ball, and then put your top foot, use the arch, and put it on that ball, and then lift yourself up in that side plank. And then once you're there, see if you can come all the way up, so you can straighten out your leg and hold it, and hold it, and hold it, and hold, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very nice, come on down. Switch sides for me, please. So you're gonna put that ball between your ankles, and your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. You're gonna push that shoulder back, lift up out of it, use your lats, engage, and then lift up in your side plank. And then option is push down with that top foot, but making sure that your hip isn't dipping when you do that. And gently down. Take that ball in your top hand. back into your side plank. Lift it right back up again. Put the ball where it's barely touching you. Give it a little squeeze lift, squeeze lift. And relax. And now, if you want to try that balance, oh, by the way, of course, you can go back to one of the previous ones. So that ball goes underneath your ankle of the bottom leg, arch of the top foot, front foot up on the ball, and then you're up. Straighten it out, and then hang out there for a few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. As you come down, meet me in a seated position. Let's take that ball just below your knees. Walk your big toes to touch, and then squeeze that ball in as much as you can. Use your hands to really squeeze that ball. Shoulders out of your ears, back of the neck is long. Now grab hold of the backs of the hamstrings, hinge back, and then pull your belly button in. Stay here, arms extend. Simply squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball. Last 2. Last one, squeeze the ball to pull yourself up. Relax that squeeze, extend. Here we go again. Exhale, hinge back, pull your belly button in. Squeeze for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze it hard, and then lift up and relax. Again, hinge, everything goes in, arms extend, squeeze, 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 squeeze a lot more, come up. Relax your shoulders out of your ears, hinge back, belly button in, squeeze for 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze even more to come up. Relax, hinge again. Squeeze the ball, 3, 2, 1. Pull in to come up. Relax your shoulders. Hinge back, just 2 squeezes, 2 and 1. Pull the belly button in, come up. Ooh, inhale, relax. Exhale, hinge. 2 squeezes. Keep a squeeze on the ball, come up, and relax. One more time, squeeze, go back, squeeze the ball once, tighten it even more, come up. Last time, we're going all the way down to your spine. Walk those feet back. And gently, let's open our arms into a T position, get a nice stretch across the chest. Nod your head yes to lengthen out the back of the neck for me, please. And then walk your big toes to touch again. Bend at the elbows and just gently place your fingers on those low abdominals. Flatten the ribs for me. Deep breath in. Pull them down. When you do that, notice if your shoulders rounded forward. Try and open those back up. And then squeeze the ball and notice what goes on underneath your fingertips on those low abs, and then relax. And then squeeze the ball, what's going on in those low abs, and relax. And 2 more times. Squeeze the ball and relax. Last time, squeeze the ball and relax. And now we're going to squeeze the ball to lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground for quick little ab prep. Arms reach overhead for a little extra. Come down, relax the squeeze. Exhale, squeeze, lift, inhale, reach. Exhale, down, relax the squeeze. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, down, relax as you inhale. Exhale, squeeze to lift. Inhale to reach. Exhale, gently down and release that. Squeeze on the inhale, one more like that. Exhale, squeeze to lift. Inhale to reach. Exhale down and relax the squeeze. Hug your knees in for just a quick low back stretch, and then stack them tabletop. Feet together, hands by your sides. Deep breath in. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. On the exhale, I want you to squeeze, 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 squeeze the ball. Inhale, relax. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the ball. We're going to do this, sorry, I didn't do it 5 times. We're going to do this with the 100, and your option is to pump the arms, but pumping the arms while you're squeezing the legs is like patting the head and rubbing the stomach. Just hold. Here we go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Option to extend the legs, move the ball up even higher if you want. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Leave the ball between your ankles. Stack your knees. If you didn't have it between your ankles, move it there for me, please.
Flatten your rib cage. Keep those ribs flat. Fingertips are going to stay on those ribs for awareness. Lift your elbows off the ground. Shoulder blades stay down. Head nods yes. Deep breath in. On the exhale, belly button staples to your spine. On the inhale, your toes move away for toe touch. And exhale back up. Now you can flex the feet, or you can point them, or you can point on the way down and flex on the way up, or flex on the way down and point on the way up. Just make sure it's not a rapid motion. You're taking your time on the way down, and you really take your time on the way up to pull those ribs in and flat, to feel that work in your abdominals. Should be pretty challenging here. We're going to do 4 more like this, and then we're going to hold it at our most challenging level. Last one, hold those toes or heels right above the ground. Squeeze your knees together. Squeeze the ball. 8, 4, 2, and 1. Woo! Hug those knees in. Leave the ball where it is, please. Extend those legs straight up in the air. Point your toes. Flex through your heels. Point and flex. And then you choose whether you want to be pointed or flexed. Same thing. Fingers on the ribs. Abs drawn in. Elbows lifted but shoulder blades down. Inhale, lower those legs slightly. And exhale to lift back up. Now, this is the same thing as the toe touch, but with the straight leg, that's a long lever. If that's too much on your low back, I'd like you to go back to your toe touch or heel tap. They are really the same exercise. As I said, one just adds a little extra resistance since that leg, when it's straightened, is heavier. So you choose, and again, slow it down on the way back up. The more you squeeze the ball, the more that's going to take the pressure off the hip flexors. So also keep that in mind, please. Last one, whether your legs are straight or bent, reach, hold, flex through your heels, squeeze, 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 squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Hug those knees and soles of the feet together. Ball just resting on your abdominals. Passive opening for those hips, those groin muscles. All right, feet back up, knees pointing to the sky. Ball is on your right thigh. Hands are on the opposite side of the ball. Press that ball into a smashed position. So you're pushing the hand against the ball and the ball against the leg, but the leg is pushing back against the ball and the hand. And then we're going to lift all of that into your tabletop position. And that should increase your work on your abs. And then you're going to slip that left leg up in the air and maybe out to a small angle, no more than 45. Option to float your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, but you certainly don't have to. Left leg down, right leg down. Ball to the left thigh. Same thing. Maybe switch which hand was on top if you noticed. Switch that around, please. Press on the ball really hard so you feel your triceps working here. Press with the leg, lift it up, tabletop, right knee comes in, extend it up, reach out, and we hold here. Again, option to lift your head, don't have to, pressing, and then right knee down, left leg follows. All right, we move that into our single leg stretch. Legs in tabletop, ball against the right thigh, head, neck, and shoulders up or down, your choice. Reach through those left toes, press against the right thigh. Switch it up, right toes reach, and switch. Shh. 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 Keep going. And relax. Bring that ball over your shins. Pull those legs a little closer. Roll that tailbone up. Roll it down. Knees move away a little bit. So we pull in and then let that move away. Good. All right, let's bring that ball while we're right here in between our ankles again, and then extend those legs up in the air. Float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Reach the arms overhead at the same time. Then the knees to tabletop. Reach for your calves for double leg stretch. Inhale, reach, and exhale, tap. And reach and tap. Toes can be pointed, feet can be flexed, totally up to you. Head, neck, and shoulders stay up, or they can stay down the whole time. You just don't want to lift them up and down. And relax. Grab that ball back to your shins and hug that in. Take a little rock side to side. And then we're going to put the ball over to the left and let the knees drop to the left and rest on the ball. So it's a really gentle twist here. And then your legs come back through center, ball over to the right. Again, gentle twist as the knees rest on that ball. And then as we come back up, that ball is going between our ankles, arms out into that T position, shoulders down on the ground, but lift the arms up. And give me your pendulum, but you don't get to do walk, walk with your arms. So keep the arms just hovering above the ground. Your pendulum might be a little bit smaller. So we're not using the arms at all. Option to take it into a little teeny bit of a figure eight if you want. Go to the right, your left leg goes on top. When you go left, your right leg comes on top. Little small figure eight if you want, but you certainly don't have to. And then hug those knees in. And we're gonna roll up and put that ball in between our shoulder blades, please. And lean back on it, and it should lift your torso about a 45-degree angle, maybe a little bit less. Take your 3 middle fingers and just rest them at the edges of your skull. You don't want to pull, right? So our chest stays open because we're going to get that beautiful chest stretch. We're going to allow our torso to drop back. Head still is nodding yes. And on the exhale, press the ribs against the ball to lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. So you inhale to expand over the ball, and you exhale to lift. Inhale to expand, and exhale to lift. We're going to add on, expand as you lift up, lift your left knee for a little balance, and reach up and over. As you come up, right knee lifts. Don't forget the up and over, though. That's the most important part. And lift. Good. Beautiful. Pause here. Interlace your hands. Let the head just rest for a second. Maybe give it a little stretch out. We have one more round, a little bit different this time. So fingers back to the edges of your skull. See if you can stack your legs in tabletop and find that balance, depending on how, what kind of ball you have there. Deep breath in, exhale, lift, twist towards me, but don't bring this elbow across. So elbow stays wide. Center and away. Center towards me. Center and away. Option to extend the opposite leg. You certainly don't have to do that. So crisscross exercise, but with beautiful support here. Elbows stay nice and wide, please. Good. Be really cautious not to pull on that neck. Next time you come back to center, slide that ball so it's a little farther down your spine, sort of underneath your low back. So it'll allow you to sit up, but not all the way. And then hug those knees in. You should be able to curl them in pretty close. Hands go behind the hamstrings, lift your legs tabletop, shoulders out of your ears. Arms are out, fingertips only, gently on the ground. Knees are bent, same little pendulum that we did a minute ago lying down. And now to add that extra challenge, lift your fingers off the ground. Woo, let your knees do the side to side. and relax. All right, and then we have one more level. We're coming up, so that ball now goes against our sacrum. So now when we lean back, we're just at a smaller angle. Shoulders out of our ears, so we're basically back in our roll down position. Shoulders out of your ears. Exhale, hinge back, abs drawn in. Open those arms into a T, and we're gonna rotate, come center, same direction. Center, same direction. Center, I know I threw you off. To the camera and center, to the camera and center. 4. Make sure you're not rounding into that spine. You're lifted. Last one. Reach, hold, reach farther, hold, reach farther, and come back to center. Round into the ball for just a second, and then feel the difference when you lift up. Arms extend, and you go into the back of the room and center, and back and center. Keep going, please. Beautiful. Stay back, reach, 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 and come up. As you come up, roll up on that ball for me, please. We're going to start with a slump. So you're going to grab your big toes, bend your knees, and just drop. And then you can start kind of walking your heels farther. You could try to roll backwards, but if you have a very happy ball like mine, that's not going to happen. Just rounding and dropping into this stretch, mostly for your neck. Walk it up, sit tall, and then go ahead, if you are able, straighten your legs. If straightening your legs makes you round, then go to a little bend so that you don't need to do that. And then legs are going to be apart. Deep breath in, shoulders out of your ears. Reach up and forward, reaching, reaching, tailbone long. Hold here, shoulders out of your ears. We're staying here for a little bonus love. Can you lift your arms by your ears? Can you make sure you didn't round, lifting and yet hinging, and lifting and hinging, and then hands come down, and we sit up nice and tall. All right. And we're going to roll off that ball. We're going to do a little leg work. So we're going to put that ball underneath our bottom ankle, please. Try and make sure your foot's not on it, because that would give you a lot more surface area and help you. And we want a little extra challenge. So waistline comes off of the ball, off of the floor. And then the top leg is going to lift, and then exhale, flex down. So inhale to lift, and exhale, flex down. The longer and the more straight your body is, the more challenging this is. The waistline stays lifted. And then adding on really simply, lift your bottom elbow, lift your torso as you lift that leg, and then down. Everything up, everything down. And up, and down, and up, and down. 2 more, up, and down. Last time, up, and down. Roll over onto your spine. Remember which side you are on, please. As you roll over onto your spine, put both feet on the ball for me. We're just going to go for this. Roll that ball back so that your feet are kind of underneath your knees. Bring your knees together, hands press into the ground. Deep breath in, exhale, lift your hips into a bridge pose. Now, depending on what your ball is like, you might be able to lift your hands and really be in this wobbly position. If that is too wobbly, you are welcome to put your hands back down. Some options while you are here, whether your arms are up or down, are to lift and lower your hips, or to simply hold this, right? You could even do a little baby hamstring curl if you wanted. You decide what is going to work for you right now. And then we're all coming down. Woo, I hope you felt that in your hamstrings and your glutes. We're not done with those bridges, but we are going to take a quick moment, ball behind your right knee. Just give it a tug in. Roll it around in a circle. Go the other way, please. And then right foot on the ground, ball behind that left knee. Same thing, a little circle. And reverse it, please. Nice. All right. You can stick with what we just did, or you can try putting that ball underneath your left foot only and lifting up in a bridge. Now from here you have options. Option 1, roll that ball in and out. Option 2, lift your arms up. Option 3, put your hands back down and see if you can lift your right leg up in the ground, up in the air. And then you can roll that ball in and out. You can lift and lower the hips. You decide. And relax. Ouch. Roll that ball underneath your right foot, please. Shoulders out of your ears. Again, bridge up. Option 1, just roll that ball in and out. Lift those arms if you want, or put your hands back down and then step into that ball, lift that leg, lift and lower if you want, or roll in and out. And relax. Woo! Both knees in, ball behind both knees. Give that a nice hug. All right, do you remember which side you already did your leg lifts? You're going on to the opposite side, please. Ball underneath your bottom leg, underneath the ankle, more so than the foot. All right, long straight line in your body as much as possible. Top leg, point, lift and lower. We're going to add that upper body by lifting the elbow, pressing into the hand, and lift and down. Just 2 more. And relax. Bend those knees, grab that ball, bring it over as you go onto your abdominals. Hands are out front, resting on the ball, please. Big toes come together. Toenails are on the ground. Heels come together. We're going to keep our lower body down, but you should feel that you have engaged your inner thighs and your glutes. All right, deep breath in. Exhale, roll the ball back towards you. Press down to lift up, and then squeeze it a little more to bring those shoulder blades together and relax. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift, squeeze up, and relax. Last time, lift, press down on the ball, squeeze those shoulder blades, hold, lift a little higher if you can, squeeze a little more, 4, 3, 2, and relax. And let's just bend those knees, windshield wiper side to side. And then you're gonna bring that ball underneath your belly button and drop just gently into it. All right, elbows are wide, underneath your shoulders, hands are apart, shoulders out of your ears. Let's walk the big toes to touch again. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lift that chest a little bit, really supported, a little stretch here, but the head is nodding yes. I'm going to move this into a plank. As you know, you have options front of the thigh, touch toes with knees hovering, or touch toes with legs straight. And once you're there, if you're on your toes, you have the option to roll that ball forward and back without smashing it. So no flat tires. And then we're going to relax. We're going to use that ball for a support in our shell stretch. So just sit back on your heels, let that ball be between your heels and your hips, and relax. Maybe walk your hands a step to the right, bring the left hand on top of the right or across it. Back through center, hands go to the right or left, and right hand over top of the left. And back through center. All right. So you can do that same plank, or you can drop that ball down, put it between your ankles, or excuse me, under your ankles, walk yourself back out to your plank position and press into the ball and find your plank. You have the option to pike then and press, and to pike up and to press out, or you can just hold your plank, or as I said, you can go back to the previous one. Nice, you guys. Looks good. Beautiful, Linda. And then gently come down, and then you choose if you want a windshield wiper or if you want to press back and shell stretch to lengthen out, that's fine. And then as you come up, you are rolling back over onto your spine again. We're going to put that ball right at your waistline. If this isn't going to work out, you can always put it on your ribs, but I'd love for you to have it on your waist. Sink that belly button in so you created a concave space for that ball. So the name of the game here is don't let your ball roll off. Walk up onto your tippy toes. Pull your belly button in, lift your left leg tabletop. Good. Pull your belly button in, lift your right leg tabletop. Now, I have a really more inflated than I would prefer ball. I don't want yours leaning against your thighs, so I had to move mine up to my ribs so it'll be out of the way. But now I have to sink my ribs down so that my ball doesn't roll off. Hands hover so we don't get to hold the ball. And we're just practicing here that stability in the core. If you want a little more challenge, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up or not, totally your option. Extend the right arm, extend the left leg, and then reach them away from each other. And then the same thing with the right leg and the left arm. Or, for even more fun, you can make it sort of a soldier march with straight legs. Is your ball staying in place? Hopefully. A couple more here. And then relax. And then we're going to do a nice stretch here, hopefully. We can put that ball back between our shoulder blades where it was when we were here doing that exercise. And then we're just going to open up. Now, you can let your head drop back. If you have a tendency to get vertigo, then instead nod your head yes, bend your elbows, and give yourself some support. Just let that chest open, one of the tight areas for most of us. And then you're just gently going to roll forward so that ball comes underneath your head as a pillow. And we're going to continue to open this chest by bringing the arms up almost in a V position. I want you to flatten your fingernails, your knuckles, your wrists, and your forearms on the ground to increase that stretch. Even widen your handprint. Stretch your thumbs away from your other fingers. Good. And then gently bring both hands down to say 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And again, stretch your palms open. Try and press the knuckles and the forearms, as much of the arm as you can, onto the ground. And then one more time, arms out into that T position, but rotate your thumbs upward. And then open the palms to the sky. Thumbs up, palms up, thumbs and palms just rotating here. And relax, shake that out. Extend that right leg out, please. Grab that ball behind your left knee and hug that left knee in. Give it a nice tug and let it drop a little bit to the left. Bring that back through center and let that knee go towards your right shoulder, please. Grab it with your right hand, left arm to the side, left leg can come all the way over into a twist if that would feel okay for you. Use your right elbow, press everything back through center, keep the ball at your left thigh, but drop it over your right thigh. Then the right knee. So now, instead of thread the needle, you have that ball there. So you're gonna grab both thighs and lift them up, but you're gonna press that left thigh open as you pull the right thigh in. Then we're gonna move that ball and stretch your legs out. And maybe that left one feels a little flatter, a little better. Right knee in, please. Grab that and bring it up and over towards your right. And then reach with your left hand, right arm to the side. Bring that left knee or right knee across to your left. Feel that start of the stretch in your outer right hip. And then eventually all the way over, please. With that ball still where it is, press with your left elbow to bring that right leg up and across the left. Lift them up, thread your needle by just grabbing the left hamstring and pressing that right knee open, please. And then left foot down, uncross, lengthen out, arms up overhead. Deep breath in, lower your belly button in, option to either roll all the way up if you do roll-ups, a vertebra at a time, or roll over onto your side. Meet me on your hands and knees with that ball between your thighs, please. You can unmute yourselves if you want for cat-cow.
Moo moo.
We're gonna bring those shoulders back and down, tailbone up. We're gonna move, move.
Moo.
By rounding and tucking and pressing. Meow. Inhale, open, out. And exhale, cat. Meow. Cow. Extend that tailbone, shoulders out of your ears, abs to